going to start a new club. We've already initiated. It's a Procrastinators Toastmasters Club. And we're going to have our first meeting when we get around to it. So, anyway, you know that when you're studying a language, one of the things people like to study is how to swear, words that you're not supposed to use. So I think everybody knows the four-letter S word. And you say it quietly. Everybody knows the four-letter F word, right? Which you say quietly, right? But you know, a lot of people forget the four-letter P word. And it's the one that it's the one that gets the strongest reaction. What's the P word? Pray. People can say the F word, nobody says anything. People can say the S word, nobody says anything. Mention the P word in conversation and go. Amazing phenomena, you know. In our society, that's one word that we don't say in mixed company. And I've done it many times. So it's very interesting. Let me tell you a little bit about my experience with the P word. And when I was 10 years old, I was really cute as a kid. I was going to Sunday school, and for Christmas we have what we call the white gift service. So everybody brings a little gift wrapped in white paper service, and they said, "Oh, let's have someone in our class say the prayer." So they pointed at me. Oh, go and say the prayer. Now, I always like to order things by mail, and one of the things I ordered that year was a tie, a little tie, blue band, had a Christmas tree on it, and 3 little lights. And there's a little battery clip in the back, so you attach the clip, the lights will go on. So I go up to the pulpit in the church, say my prayer, say Amen, I lift my head, and of course the thing short circuits. And blink, 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 blink. The congregation, they turned white like the kids. Like really, half of them wanted to laugh. The other half, they wanted to kill me. And you know what they say about, you know, religion and Christianity right at church? Forgive and forget, right? They never let me say a prayer in church, never. No forgive and forget. Well, I grew up in that church, and when I was 16, that church was really good to me. The United Church of Canada, they sent me to Model UN, they sent me to psychology courses. They paid hundreds of dollars for me to go all these courses. So it was kind of payback time. So they sent me to this unity of the Anglican and United Church. It was a weekend thing, and we were going to get together and try to unite the two churches together. So it was Friday night, we all gathered for dinner, we shake hands, and we're sitting down, and someone says, "Would someone like to offer a prayer to begin the dinner?" So one of our groups said a prayer, and there was total silence. Wow, this is really a very, very special group where they really understand the meaning and the significance of prayer. And we started eating. And then one of the other side, the Anglicans, said, "You said that prayer wrong." What? The prayer is, "Our Father who art in heaven." You said, "Our Father which art in heaven." And that is not correct. Well, this created a discussion that lasted the whole dinner. And they couldn't stop talking about it. Then they had a cocktail hour after this. They couldn't stop arguing about it. The next morning we got up and we said, the guy was smart enough and said, "Perhaps we shouldn't start with the prayer as we normally do in the interest of keeping harmony with the group." And so they didn't have a prayer. But then the discussion, whatever came up was, "I still don't like the prayer you said, the way you said it last night." And the whole Saturday and Sunday, that was all they talked about, is that one word. So that was my second experience with prayer, which wasn't fun. It was not a funny experience. My third experience is a lot better. So roll me up to like 1987, and my wife was pregnant, we have a son, then firstborn. So I decided, I was working in Dalian half a month, and then half a month in Macau. And I thought, new family, I should be in Macau all the time. So I said to my wife, I'm going to quit the job, I'm going to do something here. She said, whatever you want to do, I'll help you support you. So we started praying about it. What are we going to do? Okay, so we said, let's go visit my parents. We've got their savings, we bought tickets to go see my parents. We prayed some more. Prayer didn't work very well. That was the flight. Before our flight, skidded off the runway, and we had to spend a night in a hotel in Hong Kong because there was a plane on the runway that we couldn't fly in. So we thought, this is some sort of omen. So we still kept praying about it. And then, when we got to Canada, I was reading this magazine on the plane. So when we got to Canada, we went to Halifax, which is where I'm from. Very small place, 100,000 people. All the shops are small. And I said, hey, let's go to the second-hand bookstore. Cheap guy, right? Save money. Second-hand, right? Go to this little bookstore. It's like half the size of this room. It's a really small bookstore. So I go to the business section. And as I'm looking through the business section, I found this book. Really, it's used, right? Very used. What does it say? $4 Canadian. And I said to my wife, I said, I've got to buy that. She said, why have you got to buy that? I said, I'll show you when we get home. So when we got home, the magazine I was reading on the airplane has this ad. This is the actual ad. You notice it's the same book? So the book's $12.95 US. And it says, send me the money. I will show you how to get rich, make money at home. You'll never have to leave home. You can earn a living while you're at home. So I said to my wife, I said, I'm buying the book. I'll show you what. So I showed her and I said, I'm following the book. She said, well, what's it telling you? It says, write a book, tell people how to make money. And that's how you make money. You sell the book. So this is what I did. I wrote a book. New profits importing from Hong Kong. See? By Herbert Lee.
Oh.
And I sold this book 500 to 1,000 copies a year for 6 years. And I actually only worked a day of the week. So Monday I'll go to Hong Kong, pick up the mail, fill up the orders, put money in the bank, and come back and goof off the rest of the week. That was my life for 6 years. Because of a prayer and an answer to an ad. Goofy, right? Goofy, right? So, again, this is really opportunity, meeting, luck. So it really was an answer to our prayer, But in conclusion, I want to talk a little bit more about prayer. I remember in the 1970s when I was growing up, I heard a comedian talk about prayer, and he said, most people are very skeptical of prayer. But when the earth shakes, people still look up. Right? And he said, people never learn to use prayer properly. Desmond will appreciate this. He says, Desmond, for example, you're a poker player. You never prayed all your life, right? You've got this 4 cards and you're saying, oh God, okay God. The one time I prayed, I haven't prayed in 10 years. Give me that ace of spades. He can do 2 of hearts just to make you mad, right? So he says, learn to use prayer more effectively if you really want it to work. And I'm proof prayer works to make a living by answering prayers.